Okay, welcome back, everybody, for another playthrough of Veilwraith Campaign. Um, I left off a few months ago, I think now, after Vignette 5, so we're going to pick up here with Vignette 6, Forsaken Glade, uh, and see how we do. So, as I mentioned at the end of the last video, now we're going to be seeing a whole new batch of threats. Um, Ones that I guess the first five used certain pool of threats, and now we're into a new one. So I'm going to be seeing some new stuff. Hopefully, I can adjust and adapt along the way, although I fully expect to lose here at some point soon. But we're in good shape. We have all five of our ribbons up here, so we have a little buffer um, to learn these new threats. Also, I have my upgraded fight action, so I can get a instant 5 power token bonus to my fight action once per vignette. Um, this vignette seems like maybe similar to the first one in a little bit. There's some healing potential in the foes and the threats. So the foes are nature spirits. You'll see it when it comes out, but you get a big heal once you defeat them. Also, the special rule here is healing herbs. Keys give spirit boost +2. So when I acquire a key, I get a heal too. And some of the threats too have heals as well. So um, I'm expecting my spirit to be a little bit swingy this game, and so hopefully I can keep my head around that and stay cool and come out victorious. So let's just jump right in. Try to make this a nice quick video. This game plays very quickly, so let's try to match that in the video. So we reveal our first threat, and it is a changer, anima threat. So warp on defeat, put the top Deha threat from the discard pile back into play. Well, that'd be actually nice to take care of because there's currently no discard pile, so we can avoid that negative effect. And we draw Memory of Fear. Any Veilwraith gains 1 spirit. All right. Well, we would be giving up on the heal, but I think I want to take care of this. I can take care of the changer. So I've got 2 influence. My influence starts at 3, so I can get to the 5 influence. Um, And the way I can look at it is instead of healing, I'm just avoiding that damage. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to play Memory of Fear, and we're going to use our influence for influence 5, and the changer is defeated. And let's go ahead and let's boost up our fight. So we'll add a power token here. And that's our first turn. Reset. Draw our next threat, Mystic. These guys. So on play, I reveal until I reveal a key. So as I mentioned before, revealing the key is sort of a null turn. So you get a break. You're not turning up a threat that turn. And the Mystic actually just removes that. So it sort of speeds up the whole process. And here we can actually get a look at um, some of the upcoming new threats. So we have an Alchemist. Uh, Combining gives me an additional power token. Not bad. Requires 6 explore. You can see here there's the big boost though. So on defeat I get 2, I get to heal 2. And then the Butcher, I may lose 2 spirit to discard that threat from play. All right. Shuffle those 2 up. And then we draw our Memory of Might for fight 1. Well, we're not in great position to take care of that Mystic. Um, and he's going to be doing 2 spirit damage to us. Um, Now we know the alchemist takes 6 explore. We're not in a position to take care of him either. The butcher took fight. I forget how many. Um, so we've got fight here. We've got 4. Uh, I can't have more than 5 power tokens on this at one time, so I've already added 1. So flipping it is um, not gonna help. Uh, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'll boost up my um, boy. Tough choices already. I'll need to take care of that Mystic, because she's going to be hitting me for 2 every turn. So I think I'm going to boost up Influence. Um, I'm actually going to go ahead and I wish I knew whether the Butcher was going to come up. Which card do I use to draw? Use one of these actions to draw a card. I'm going to use the Fight to draw a card. Memory of Redemption. Cool. I kind of wish I did that first, because the 2 influence, I'd have 4, so maybe I could have powered up my Explore instead. Oh well. Okay, clean up. So we take 2 spirit damage, and on to the next turn. The Butcher. Okay, fight 6. Attack. I may lose 2 spirit to discard this threat from play. He does 1 spirit damage a turn. So I guess the calculation is can I deal with him? If I can't deal with him this turn or next turn, I may as well take the damage and remove him because he'll do 2 damage to me at that point. Um, and I know what's coming up. So I know the Alchemist is coming up. He takes 6 Explore. The Butcher is not going to be a priority for me because the Alchemist is doing 2 damage and the Mystic is doing 2 damage. So I need to focus on them. So let's draw a card first. Memory of Home for an Explore. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to lose 2 spirit. Can't do this too much. I don't want to take too much damage. What's that? But in this case, it makes sense. So we are going to remove, discard this threat from play. And then we're freed up to take care of this Mystic. So let's do that. So we're going to play Memory of Redemption, and we're going to use this Influence action for 4 and get that Mystic out of here. All right, and let's go ahead and power up Influence, or sorry, Explore, to try to work towards that Alchemist. And that's our turn. On to the next threat, which we know is the Alchemist. All right, so 6 Explore. The ability, or the trait, I guess, combining gives you 1 additional power token. So I might actually be able to get up to Explore 6 through that ability. That'd be nice because then I can heal from his ability and not take any damage. So let's see what we draw. Memory of Heaven. Okay, well, there's one of our heals. 1 power token to the fight action. Um, okay, well, we're going to do that. So we're going to combine Memory of Home and Memory of Might, and we're going to get 2 power tokens. We're going to put both of them on Explore. Um, and we will use that use that action and all the power tokens on it to defeat the alchemist. And we're going to heal too. I could have used it to take the key, but I think it's better to stay ahead of the threats at this point in the game than collect keys. Okay, so now we don't know what's coming. We're almost through the first stack, so uh, we've got our Memory of Heaven, so we can add a power token here. I think let's power up Influence, clean up, and on to the next turn. Champion. Okay, take 6 fight to defeat. Defender defeat. Ignore 1 anima threat this round. Okay, well, there's no anima threats, so we might not get to take advantage of that. And we draw Memory of Heart. Use 1 additional available action. Okay, well, let's see. So we've got 4 here. Power token would be 5, not quite enough to get the 6 we need to defeat that champion. So the benefit, I guess, of not defeating it this round is that if next round I turn up an anima threat, I can, um, parlay the defeat of that into ignoring the anima threat um, that next round. So let's go ahead. We're going to play Memory of Heaven, and we're going to add a power token to fight, and we're going to heal for 2. So we're back up to full health. Um, Now I have 5. I need 6 to defeat that champion. So, um, I think that's what I'm going to do next round. So why don't we power this up? And then we're going to use influence, draw a card, Memory of Heaven. Okay. So we are full up on our heals. Um, I need to get this explore boosted up so I can start grabbing keys, but that's okay. I'm not overly concerned about that at the moment. Okay, so we're done with this. We take 2 damage for that champion. Clear our space, and on to the next threat. Ah, another Deha. Okay, well, so the champion is not going to help us, fortunately. Explorer, so 6 influence or 7 explore. Wow, boy, it's really pressuring my explorer. It's going to get tight. Scout, defeat. On defeat, so I look at the top 3 cards of my deck and rearrange them in any order. Well, that's not bad. Um, and we get to draw Memory of Creation. Okay, just to heal. We may as well, we're all set to take care of that champion. So unfortunately, there's no anima threat, so the defeat ability doesn't trigger, but we do get rid of it. So we need 7 explore or 6 influence. Ugh. I don't think I'm gonna. I think I need to save my explorer to grab some of these keys. But in any case, I need to start boosting those. But yeah, why don't we boost up explore? So now it's worth 4. So I'm still sitting on this available action, but I think I'm going to hold on to that. Um, the only thing I could really do at this point is just draw a card, which I don't think is worth it. Okay, so that's our turn. We're going to take 2 more damage, but we are sitting on our heal, Memory of Heaven, and we've got Memory of Creation too. So we're okay for now. Next, another champion. Okay, So this one takes 7 fight. Oh my goodness. Um, Memory of Redemption. Oh, nice. Okay, that's our 2 influence. So we can get rid of that Explorer. Uh, yeah, let's do that. So we're going to play that for 2. We're going to use this action, which is 2 power and both influence tokens or power tokens. And we're going to defeat that Explorer. So now we get to look at our top 3 cards and rearrange them. All right, so we've got Memory of Veil for 2 explore, Memory of Blood for 2 fight, and Memory of Heaven for an additional action. Um, so, boy, the 2 explore, I don't care so much about the action because I already got a Memory of Heart, but the 2 explore could actually grab us that key as is. Uh, we're just leaving that champion to just sit there and hit us. What I could do next turn is I could flip it, add 5 power tokens, 7. That would be enough to defeat the champion. And so I could use my Memory of Heart for an additional action. I could grab the key and defeat the champion. I don't necessarily love using my flip ability right away, um, so early, but we know we've got a foe coming up, and um, I do want to clear this. I don't want to be taking 2 damage every turn. So maybe we do that. I can't. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's leave. Let's reshuffle. No, I think we could leave it in the order it came up. So we've got a 2 fight or 2 explore, 2 fight, and then the additional action at the bottom. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. So if we're going to flip this, we're going to add 5 power tokens. So we're not, isn't worth it to add a power token now. So let's just add another 2 explore. And that's our turn. So we take 2 damage for that champion, down to 14, and on to the next threat. Key of Light. Ooh, a break. Break turn. Nice. Okay, this is the big one. It takes 8 explore to acquire. Um, very nice. Got a pause turn. All right, so we draw that Memory of Veil. Now, just debating, let's see, if I don't use an additional action, I play Memory of Heaven to heal, I get boot here, I grab a key, so now fight is 3 plus the 1 is 4, still a ways off from taking care of that champion. Um, I think we need to do that. So what we'd originally talked about. So I'm going to play Memory of Veil for 2 explore. I'm going to use 1 power token and the 3 power explore for 6. And I'm going to acquire the Key of Sight. Now that, according to the scenario rules, that heals for 2. Um, then well, the Key of Sight allows me to, turning that allows me to use an additional action too. So maybe I do that for my, hold on to the Memory of Heart for now. So we'll flip the fight. So we've now added 5 tokens. So we're maxed out. This is now our 8 fight. And we're going to turn the Key of Sight to use an additional action. We'll use 4 of these 5 and defeat this champion. There's still no anima threat, so we're not benefiting from that, but we're, we're avoiding taking 2 damage, which is benefit enough. Um, Now we can power up our influence. Um, and we're good. So we take no damage. I wanted to do that because I want to kind of clear the threat area. I'm expecting one of the foes to come up, and so now um, I've got power tokens everywhere. I've kind of reset. I've got an additional action here. So if this foe comes up, I can kind of hopefully take care of it fairly quickly. Another mystic. Okay, so 5 influence does 2 spirit damage. So we're looking ahead. We could actually be drawing quite a few cards here. There's the key. Key of power. And let's see what we turned up. We turned up 2 nature spirits, so we can actually get a sneak peek at these. So I have to get 3 influence, 3 fight, and 3 explore on 3 different actions to defeat it. It does 2 damage. I heal 3 when I defeat it. So on play, I discard a power token or exhaust an action. We've also got a Seraph, an Explorer, and another Butcher. Okay. Well, there's a lot coming up. And then we get to draw Memory of Blood, right? That's 2 fight card. All right, so we got a Mystic here at 5 influence. We are at 4 influence. We don't have any influence in our hand. I'm okay combining Memory of Creation because that's just a heal 1. And if I can create a heal 1 to avoid 2 damage from the Mystic, that's worth it to me. But this Memory of Blood, it's 2 fight, which is it's a real nice card. But Key of Power gives me a power token. I also have Memory of Heaven for a power token. So let's do it. So let's combine Memory of Creation and Memory of Blood. I'm going to combine those for a power token on influence. And then we're going to use influence action with those power tokens for 5, and we're going to defeat this mystic. And we're going to play Memory of, we're going to flip Key of Sight for an additional power token on Explorer, and we're going to play Memory of Heart to get 5 Explore to grab this Key of Power. That heals us for 2 per the scenario rules. And we can power up Fight, and that's our turn. Sitting pretty good. 18 health. I hope we haven't kind of overused our kind of deck resources, and we're going to be in a difficult situation for these foes coming up. We will see. Okay, Seraph. 5 influence. It does 2 spirit damage. On defeat, I put it in my discard pile. If I draw it, I can discard it and heal 1. And there's that Memory of Heart. Okay, so we are not in a great position to take care of that Seraph. We don't really have any way of getting there. So let's look at what else we can do. Um, I'd like to get this influence maybe higher up. So that means using the fight action to draw a card. Um, I have no hope of getting that Key of Light there. That's 8 Explore. So I think that's probably going to sit there for a while. Well, let's go ahead and start. Um, let's start by drawing a card. Let's use our fight action to draw a card. Memory of Fear. Okay, well, there's a 2 influence. So maybe actually we can take care of that Seraph. I think I will do that. So let's turn the key of power to use an additional action. We're gonna play Memory of Fear so we can heal 1 and we get 2 influence. So with that additional action, we're gonna use influence and we're gonna defeat the Seraph, goes into our discard pile. And then we can power up Explore. Okay, well, that worked out pretty well. Reset here and on to the next turn. Not the threat. Explorer. Okay, only does 1 spirit damage, needs 7 influence or 8 explore. Wow. Okay, that might sit there for a little bit. It's okay, it's only doing us 1 damage a turn, so better than 2. And we draw Memory of Home for 1 explore. Okay, so let's think about this. What did we drew? We revealed, I mean, we're going to be getting these nature spirits soon. But each of them take 3 of each action. We're doing 2 damage and 3 heals. So we really need to be preparing ourselves for that. Um, I mean, I think we're in pretty good position for that. It's pretty low. And the main thing is having additional actions to try to burn through those more quickly. We do have 1 additional action here, but that's it. I've used my keys already. So then there's the Butcher, which you can remove, pay 2 health to remove. So I might do that. So I don't think I need a ton of fight right now. So I'm going to go ahead and use fight to draw a card. Nice. Memory of Sorrow. Okay, return a threat in play to the top of the threat deck. I love it. So you can kind of slow down everything a little bit when I get something I really can't deal with. Great. I've got 2 of these in the deck, so I know we've got another coming. Um, and so we need to power up here. So Memory of Sorrow gives us 1 influence. All right, let's power up this Explore. That key is sitting there at 8. We need to keep working towards that. All right, that's our turn. Let's go ahead and reset here. We take 1 damage for that Explorer. We're on to the next turn. All right, Butcher, 5 fight. Does 1 spirit damage, and I may lose 2 spirit to discard this threat from play. We're sitting at 18, so and I know now I think we're getting 2 nature spirits in a row, so I might want to go ahead and take care of that Butcher now. But first, let me draw a card before I forget. Memory of Veil. Okay, 2 explore. I'm sitting on 3 explore, and this is worth 5, so there's 8 right there. I can grab that key. Why don't we do that? We're going to play 3 explore, and then we're going to use all of this for 8 explore, and I could actually take care of that explorer instead, but I think I want the additional actions from the key. So we're going to go ahead and grab that, and that also heals us for 2, so now we're at full health. So I guess the other thing I could do is I could use 8 explore to take care of the explorer. Let's just play this out. So let me undo that heal. So if I took the explorer out, I can look through my deck, but I'm not going to because I haven't totally decided to do that. Then these actions are still in this order. Now I could play the Memory of Heaven, or I could play Memory of Heart for my action, play Memory of Heaven, I could heal 2, add a power token, use that, and then take out the Butcher. But then I have no additional actions and 2 Nature Spirits coming up. So I don't think I want to do that. Stick with the first way of doing it. I am going to actually pay 2 health, and I'm going to remove the Butcher from play. Don't think I'm going to deal with him before he does me 2 damage, so I'm just going to take the hit preemptively. Okay, so now let's see, what do we want to power up here? Um, let's power up Influence, and that's our turn. So we take 1 damage down to 17, and on to the next turn, which should be a Nature Spirit. Yep. All right. So played, discard 1 power token or exhaust 1 action. Um, well, I think we can exhaust the Explore action because we're not going to use it this turn. It means we can't power it up, but that's all right. Save our hard-won power tokens. So let's do it here. So first action, how do we want to do this? Let's do fight. So we're gonna use our fight. We're gonna use 1 power token for 3 fight, and that takes care of the fight requirement. These little gems are not best, but that's what the game provides. So go ahead and use it. So I want to play Memory of Sorrow and return this threat to the top of the deck. So I'm not having 2 Nature Spirits simultaneously, but my influence isn't in the right place to benefit from the influence boost. I still think it's worth it though for the return ability. So I'm going to go ahead and um, return the Explorer to the top of the deck. And now I'm going to turn the Key of Light to use an additional action, and I'm going to use Influence for 3. I should have done that in the other order. I should have used Influence first. I could save a power token here. So I'm going to do that. I don't have any new information. So here I'll show you. So I had things in this order, and I used this. So to make it 3, I had to use a power token. This is already at 3. So I'm going to just back up. So for my first action, I used Influence 3 to take care of that. And then for my additional action, I'm now using Fight 3. So I'm saving myself a power token. And I'm taking care of it. So now all I need is Explore 3, and it's in the right position. Um, okay, great. I think that's good. So we're going to take 2 damage from that Nature Spirit. Reset our actions here. And on to the next turn. So we know it's this Explorer. And we draw Memory of Blood to fight. So next up, we know there's going to be the next Nature Spirit. So let's go ahead and use our 3 Explore and take care of this first Nature Spirit. So we defeat her and heal for 3, so we're up to 17. Um, Now I can't. I can't get to either requirement, so I think that explorer is going to stick around and keep pinging us down. Um, it's all right. We're at 17 health. We have some health to spare. So don't think I'm going to do anything. Uh, I will power up influence and call it a turn. So reset. We'll take 1 damage and on to the next turn. So there's the second nature spirit. So on play, we have to discard a power token or exhaust an action. Um, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this sort of same thing. I'm going to exhaust explore. Now I'm going to draw. There's my next memory of sorrow. All right. Um, what do we want to do? So I think let's go ahead and use our additional action and hit the nature spirit twice. So let's first action use 3 influence. Second action, we'll play Memory of Heart. Second action, we'll do 3 fight. Um, and that's it. I'm not going to bother returning the threat. I'm going to save that because there's threats in there that are worth 2 doing 2 spirit damage. So I think I'll save that for them. We are going to take 3 spirit damage this turn. So 3 damage. It's all right. We're down to 13. But we're going to heal for 3 here next turn. And I still have my heal here, Memory of Heaven. So I'm not too concerned about taking damage. Next turn, Changer. All right, 6 influence or 5 fight. On defeat, put the top Deha threat from the discard pile back into play. Uh-oh. Which one is it now? Right now it's the Mystic. If I defeat the Explorer, it would be the Explorer. Mystic's easier to deal with. She's doing 2 damage. Um, she does speed me through to the next key, which I don't love. So, think about that. And then we draw the Memory of Might. Well, right off the bat, let's take care of that nature spirit and avoid taking that damage. So nature spirit's down. We heal for 3. And we know there's two more. We still have 2 more nature spirits coming in this deck. And where are we in the? I'm just going to count. So we each is a stack of 6. So there's a nature spirit there. Okay, nature spirit there. So we've got a bit of a break from dealing with those foes. We have no additional actions now, so we can't deal with any of that at the moment. So I don't think I want to wait. I don't want to put the Mystic back into play, both because of the 2 spirit damage and then also the advancing to the next key. Although the next key, can be helpful. I'm out of additional actions at this point. Um, although I am about to reshuffle my deck, so um, we might start seeing the Memory of Hearts again. So I think I'm going to try to defeat this Explorer and then the Changer. That's my strategy. I have this Memory of Sorrow, which I'm going to want to use before I cycle my deck back through. But right now I don't want to use it because I don't get that influence. So next turn, let's see, I want to be able to use my influence, hopefully. Right now it's at 5. So let's power that up. So we're at 6. and then 1 is 7. So next turn I'm set to take out that explorer. Um, and then with this card, so we can do that. So let's reset. We'll take our spirit damage. We're down to 14, and onward. Engineer. Okay, a new one. Threat. Deha. Tinkering. Lose 1 spirit when you combine. Does 2 spirit damage, and a defeat is a spirit boost. And then I draw the last card of my deck. Memory of Knowledge. Swap. Positions of any 2 actions. Well, let's go ahead and we'll play Memory of Sorrow. And we're going to return the Engineer at the top of the deck. And then we're going to use our Influence 7 to defeat this Explorer. Actually, before we do that, let's well, we're not going to, damn, get things out of order here because these don't get into my discard pile until the end of the turn. So I'm not going to be able to reshuffle them. And the Explorer is look at the top 3 cards of my deck and rearrange them. I don't have a deck, so that means reshuffling now. So maybe let's think about this a little differently. Maybe we take care of the Engineer. That I would not mind putting back into play with the changers. So we had 3 power tokens here. Yeah. So let's do that. We'll play Memory of Sorrow. We're going to return the Explorer to the top of the deck. And then we're going to use 6 so we can preserve 1 power token. And we're going to defeat that Engineer. And then now we'll go ahead and play Memory of Heaven. So we're going to heal 2 power token on Fight. I've got a lot of Fight in my hand, so I think I'm going to power up Explore. And that's my turn. So we'll take 1 damage for that changer. Refresh. These are all discarded. That's good because now I have to shuffle and I can get my more powerful cards. Back in circulation. All right. Next turn, there's that Explorer. We draw Memory of Heart. Fantastic. And an additional action queued up. So now we're in the zone where we're going to start seeing another foe here. So let's see if we can. Oh, I forgot to heal myself 1 for that Engineer. So let's heal 1 now. Do that. Okay, those foes they're low cost, so I don't really need to be saving boosts for them. So I have enough to defeat this changer, but that means bringing the Engineer back. And the Engineer is doing 2 spirit damage. Don't really have enough influence to take care of the Explorer, unfortunately. I have this additional action, but I don't want to use it yet. So I think maybe I just don't take out any because I don't it doesn't make sense to defeat her because then I'm just taking more damage from this guy. And I also have to use my fight from a less powerful position. So let's see, we've the 8, the 5, we've done the high, so we've taken care of the high value keys, so we're don't need as much explore. So I think what I'm going to do is use the Explore action to draw a card. Memory of Sorrow. Cool. Earn one of these threats in play to the top of the deck. And then let's power up Influence. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and flip the Key of Light so I can draw a card. So now I'm at my hand limit. Oh, there's that. Cool, that's Memory of Redemption. So that's 2 influence. Great. Well, that's enough to kind of in a good spot maybe to take care of that Explorer. Get up to that 7 influence. Okay. So we're taking 2 damage down to 14. Oh, I didn't power up. Let's power up Influence. Okay. Reset. Next turn. Cutthroat. New guy. 6 fight. Played. Exhaust in action. Does 2 damage, 2 spirit boost on defeat. But he might be one I put back on the deck with the Memory of Sorrow. Anyway, we have to exhaust an action. I think let's exhaust Explore. And let's take care of some of this business up here. Well, we could drop that Cutthroat right now, and then we can play our additional action and drop the Explorer. I don't think that's worth it though, because we need to be saving our actions to take care of nature spirits, which are doing more damage to us per turn. But yeah, I think since I'm at my hand limit here, I may as well. Oh, I didn't draw a card. Or is that my hand? Okay, so I'll draw now. Memory of Veil. Okay, so 2 Explore. Since I'm over my hand limit, I need to use some of these cards. So let's we'll play 3 fight, and then we'll use the fight action to get to fight 6 and take care of that Cutthroat. So we heal 2. Um, and I'm still saving my actions for those nature spirits. So let's just go ahead and power up Influence and be done. So we take 2 damage, back down to 14, and reset. Our next threat, there we go, Nature Spirit. Okay. Discard 1 power token or exhaust 1 action. Well, let's discard a power token. Let's discard. We have more fight than we need. Influence heavy threat areas. So let's discard the power token off fight. Right. Well, let's clear this zone a little bit. Let's clear. We're going to play Memory of Redemption for 2 influence. We're going to use our influence action for and get 7 influence. So 2, 5. So we use 2 power tokens. And we're going to take care of this Explorer. And she allows us to look at our deck. Okay, Memory of Heaven, Memory of Veil, Memory of Fear. Okay, we got some powerful cards coming up. let's put Memory of Fear on top for the heal and 2 influence. Then we're going to do Memory of Heaven for more healing, and then lastly, Memory of Veil. Okay, and then we're going to use our additional action to generate Explore 3, and we're going to do one take care of the Explore requirement on the Nature Spirit. We can power up Fight, and that's our turn. So we're going to take 3 damage. I'm not sure I played that the right way. I don't think I should have taken out the Explorer. I think I should have done 2 damages to the Nature Spirit, because as it is now, I'm out of additional actions, and I still have to do 2 things here. So I think I messed up there. What was I thinking? I wanted to look at my deck, is what I was thinking. All right, well, let's see if, oh, Key of Love. Okay, well, that's a nice breather. It saved us from ourselves, and we draw the Memory of Fear. Um, well, we can save ourselves some damage by returning the changer to the top of the deck. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to play Memory of Sorrow. We're going to put the changer on top of the deck. Well, I guess we could also put the key on top. I don't know why we would want to put the key on top of the deck. It is a threat, but we're going to put the changer back on top of the deck. And we're going to use the 1 influence and then 2 from the slot to 3 influence for that Nature Spirit. Let's go ahead and power up the Explore action. All right, so we take 2 damage to that Nature Spirit. Reset here, and next action, or next threat, is that changer again. Yeah, well, with our last action, we're going to do 3 fight. 3 fight from the slot, and we're going to defeat this Nature Spirit. So we can heal for 3, back up to 12. I don't think I drew a card. Yeah, Memory of Heaven. I was thinking I could have that. Okay, Memory of Heaven. Don't have any additional actions, so we're just going to power up here. I think, I'm wondering if we've got another alchemist coming. They required a big, there's only 1. I know there's 2, so we do have another big Explore. Let's power up Explore. And onwards. So we take 1 damage from the changer and reset. Next threat. Brave. Threat Deha. On defeat, ignore 1 Deha threat this round. Does 2 spirit damage. Takes 5 fight to defeat. And we draw a Memory of Veil. So with 2 Memory of Veils, so we're sitting on a bunch of influence. Okay, interesting. So the changer's still here. So when I defeat the changer, I'm putting something back into play. This is a Deha threat. So if I defeat the Brave first, I'd get it back. Benefit of that is that this only takes 5 fight, whereas this takes 7 influence. And I think there's less, I think there's less threats left that require fight. So it might be worth putting the Brave back in the deck. Um, hmm. No additional actions. I'd like to pick up an additional action. That means grabbing that key and leaving the the Changer and the Brave out there. I don't think I want to keep that Brave sitting around. So I'm going to take out the Brave. So first I'm going to play Memory of Knowledge, and I'm going to swap Fight and Explore. Then I'm going to play Memory of Heaven. So I'm going to heal 2 and add a power token to Fight. And then I'm going to use the Fight action, 3 for the slot and 2 power tokens to get 5, defeat the Brave. So I don't get the defeat bonus of ignoring a Deha threat, but I don't take 2 damage. And then let's go ahead and power up Influence. And we're all done. So let's take 1, we take 1 damage for that Changer. I mean, maybe I just don't even, Changer is not, I mean, I'm definitely taking damage from her, but it doesn't seem to be breaking my position. So, Believer, haven't seen one of those yet. So 5 Influence or 6 Explore. On defeat, search my deck for 1 memory and add it to my hand, then shuffle my deck. Very nice. Does 2 spirit damage. So we draw. So what I could do is go and search for, I've only seen 1 Memory of Heart. So, I mean, I can go find the other Memory of Heart and get my additional action. Yeah. And this is a better one to, so if I defeat him, then if I defeat the Changer, I'm putting him back in play. So maybe I can keep sort of um, searching for the cards I need. Well, let's go ahead and take care of that Believer. So, um, so we'll play Memory of Fear for 2 Influence, and then we'll heal for 1. So that's 2, and then 3 Influence for the slot to get 5 Influence to defeat the Believer. And now let's go find our next Memory of Heart. There it is. I mean, that's just trading it out. I mean, I could use it now, grab the key, but then I just have that additional action. So I think that's fine. I think I'm fine. I'll leave it as is. So let's, got a lot of Explore in my hand. So let's go ahead and power up Fight. And then go to end of turn. So we discard here. We're taking 1 damage for that Changer. Onward. Engineer. 5 Influence to defeat. Does only 1 spirit damage as opposed to the other guy who's doing 2, the other Engineer. And 1 spirit boost on defeat. Not that scary. And we draw Memory of Fear. Let's see, we've seen 3 of the 4 foes. We've seen 4 of the 5 keys. We're now into the last stack, so we have another foe coming up. I am tempted to ignore those threats. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab the keys. So action 1, I'm going to use Explore, use 1 power token to get 4 Explore, and grab the Key of Love. So that heals me for 2. So now between Key of Love and Memory of Heart, I have 3. I can use all 3 actions in a turn, which means when this next foe comes up, I can just knock it out right away. And then all I need to do is get the last key, and then I can go to the portal. So I'm thinking I'm just going to ignore threats pretty much from here on out. So let's go ahead and power up. I don't think it really matters. Let's do Influence, because I'm seeing more influence out there for those threats. All right, we take 2 damage, back to 12. On to the next turn. Seraph, 4 Influence, 2 spirit damage. Goes into my discard pile. I draw Memory of Home. Well, let's take care of that, Seraph. Let's get it out of the way. So let's play Memory of Fear. So we heal one, 2 influence, and then 2 influence from this slot. And we defeat the Seraph. She goes into our discard pile. And let's power up Explore. Reset. So we take 2 damage again, down to 11. Nature Spirit. Okay, there's the last foe. And we draw Memory of Sorrow. Cool. So I can actually push one of those threats back on the deck if I want to. Let's go ahead and execute our plan. So action 1, we're going to do 3 fight. Turn the Key of Love. Action 2, we're going to do 3 explore. It's a little messy with all these power tokens. Play Memory of Heart. Action 3, do 3 influence, and we defeat the natures. And we heal for 3. So that's the reason you save up your additional actions. So you can just deal with these foes immediately. We take 2 damage for those threats and on to the next turn. So now we're just looking for the key. Brave. Oh, cool. I can ignore a Deha threat. So if I take care of the Brave, I'm ignoring the Engineer. That's what we'll do. So we need 6 fight. Let's play Memory of Might for 1, and then we'll use the fight action and 2 power tokens to get 6. So we will defeat the Brave. We do not take any damage from the Engineer. And then let's go ahead and power up Explore. We're going to need it for the last key and then also to get out the portal. So we take 1 damage just for the changer. And next turn. So we just want the key. We just want the key. And there it is. Key of Valor. Okay. Explore 7. And the portal is in Explore 7 here. So on the card here, Forsaken Glade. So I need 14 Explore to get out of here. I've got 2, 4, 5 in my hand. And I've got 3, well, ignore the slot because that changes, but 5, 9. Yeah, we're in great position. I think this turn I'll take the key, next turn I'll get out of the portal. So let's do that. We need 7. So let's play both of our cards. So 4 explore, and then we'll use 3 from the action slot and grab this key. And we may as well, let's use the additional action here and use the fight action, or no, sorry, influence action, plus use 2 power tokens, and we'll take care of this engineer. So we heal up 1, and then doesn't particularly matter because we're gonna move the portal into the threat area. We're gonna be out in the next turn, I think. Power up fight. So we take 1 damage. And the next threat is an alchemist. We draw Memory of Creation. Okay, all we need is 7 to get out of the portal. We've got 2 4, 5, 6, and then we'll play Memory of Home for 7, and we escape out of the portal. All right, I forgot to heal for my key. Not that it matters, but we can end the game with 15. Wow, that was I felt yeah that pretty much in hand the whole game. I never felt particularly threatened. I think maybe using my flip ability on the fight early on was good. It allowed us to kind of head into the threats or the foes in a good position. So uh, there is no there's no extra defeat. I don't get any extra bonus from winning this scenario vignette, but I do get upgraded memory. So I will go ahead and make that decision and then come back with the choice I made. All right, made a choice here. Um, so I'm going to I'm going to remove this memory of knowledge, swap positions of any two actions, and I'm going to add memory of strength. So it gives me 2 fight, and it allows me to ignore spirit cost 2 threat this round. I had a look at the next scenario, and there's Hellions and Black Wolves, and they all require fight to defeat. So I want to boost up my fight uh, abilities. The other option, there's a kind of long game you can play with these upgrades. So, like this one, Memory of Vision, uh, return a threat and play to the bottom of the threat deck, and then remove this card from the game. That's not great. I mean, you do thin your deck, I guess, because your deck is now 19 as opposed to 20, but you know, just as a one-time use, that's not great. But as you move up, so in the upgrade 2, there's your discard non-foe, non-key threat from play, then remove this card from the game. So you could upgrade first into the uh, first one I showed you, then Memory of Storm, and then here at the 4 level is discard 2 non-foe, non-key threats from play, then remove this card from the game. So if you wanted to invest on that path, that is multiple upgrades, but as you work towards the end game where you're probably just going to be totally overwhelmed with threats and foes and everything, having this card in your back pocket could be a lifesaver as a one-time use later in the game. So uh, if I feel like I'm in a good position, I think I might pursue that route. These cards also aren't lost. You can still combine them. So it does give you a combined value of 2. But right now, I really just want to raise the floor of my deck rather than raising the ceiling. And this card it's kind of a utility card. Doesn't, I mean, I used it this last game, but I didn't have to. I could have, I didn't, this isn't that necessary. So I think taking this out um, is the right move. Join me next time for the next vignette, which is Plague Town. Ooh, dude hanging from a tree. All right. And until then, happy gaming.